All right. Ingalls?
Here.
Dubravik?
Here.
Carter?
Here.
Isle? And Snyder.
Here.
Thank you.
I'm going to ask for approval of the agenda for tonight with one change. We're going to switch item 5B for item 5A under new business so we can expedite the hearing for the applicants who are present today. Do I have a motion to approve? A second?
Second.
All right. Next item of business is approval of the meeting minutes for the July 15, 2024 meeting. Do I have a motion to approve the meeting minutes?
I do. I'll make a motion.
A second?
A second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. It's approved. Next item is public comments, except for comments on the public hearings and work applications. Any public comments? I see none. Now we move to new business, and we're going to take first item 5B, which is construction application for construction of a fence at 217 South Park Street by Guadalupe Garcia.
All right. I'll go ahead and give a presentation, then if you have any comments afterwards that I missed, you can go ahead and add anything, either one of you, okay? Alright. So yes, the application that you guys have before you is for the construction of a white 3-foot vinyl style picket fence to be constructed in the front yard. There are images of the style that they're requesting attached. I'll scroll down so you can see them on the screen as well in just a moment. There is not currently a fence there. If you've driven by, you can see they have the stakes and some like snow fencing up showing the outline of their proposed area that they'd like to put it. The reason for the request is because they do have a dog that they'd like a small dog to use the front yard. The 3-foot fence is more than 20% open space, which meets our zoning standards. And the site plan attached has been approved. The site, you've got the survey attached and included in your packet for you. This is a contributing site per our standards. The house was constructed in 1908. And here, I'll get down to some images for you. You can see the snow fence that's constructed there at the front of the house. There is a white style vinyl that's on the front step as they come out that will match the design that they're proposing. And then I did drive by to take pictures. There is a very similar style fence to what they're proposing that is up on a house three houses down the alleyway. There are several other types of fences that are up in that block, kind of behind Mark as well. There was some metal constructed ones. There's even some that are chain link in a few backyards as well. So this one was the closest and looked similar, so I did take a picture of that for you. Attached, you also have the design standards, the guidelines for constructing a new fence in the district. There is not currently an existing fence that they're trying to match or replace or update, as I said. So the vinyl, our standards are for replicating allowable wood or a wrought iron that would have existed. All right, the application is attached, and then here are the images of what they are proposing. The style they'd like to put up. All right. Do you guys have anything that you would like to add or that I missed in the presentation? Do you guys have any questions?
All right, I'll open up for questions and discussion. Anybody? None? This is actually a first.
It's been so long since we've had a meeting. I don't know what to do.
I forgot.
When I look at that, and she has that little sidewalk from the main sidewalk. It's gonna look cute, having a little gate over that.
Yeah. Well, I think it looks nice. It's fine. Do I have a motion to approve the construction application for the fence at 217 South Park? A motion?
Make a motion.
Second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All righty.
Sorry you had to wait so long for that.
How
Uh,
it is.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
then we just decided, he used to work at a fence place, and I decided, you know, it'd be better just to wait for spring. You can see everything, you can make sure everything's level, and so we were fine. They, you know, it wasn't like, hurry up, we wanna go in. And that, the fact that we could put that little orange thing around when our dog comes out, he can't just.
Dart out in the street.
help him
Right.
keep him
Yes.
safe.
Corralled,
Right.
yeah.
Right.
Okay,
Cool.
Thank you, guys.
thank you, you're all
Thank
set.
you. Thanks.
See you.
Have fun
Good to
with the
see you.
project.
It'll
I
come in
think
the
they,
mail.
yeah, they sent
Yes.
something to the city.
I will get something set out in the next week or two.
Oh, just take our word for it.
Have a great night. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Thanks, no problem.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Thank you for letting me do it.
Have fun in Florida.
Oh, have fun in Florida.
Thank you.
I'll get better. I'm all right.
See,
Bye, guys, thank you.
Good night.
Next item of business is construction application for construction of a new roof at 111 South Park by Brandon Horton.
Okay, I have a real brief PowerPoint. So again, a photo of the home at 111 South Park. This is essentially directly west, right across the street from Kirtland Terrace. So just to acquaint you. Next one. It's a design with late Victorian architecture. I won't read the elements and so forth, but that is how it's identified. According to the information, it was constructed in 1906, and the owner, who's also the applicant, is her name is Diane Larson. Next one. And the work activity is to replace the existing asphalt shingles with new asphalt shingles. It's basically a re-roofing project. You have in your packet some information on the shingles. Per the literature, the shingles are engineered with a dual layer design featuring a fiberglass base and a protective outer layer for weather protection. And they do have a Class A fire resistance rating and are algae resistant. The contractor is Horton's Home Building and Remodeling, located in Cadillac, Michigan. As you're probably aware, this project was started without benefit of your approval. In fact, it was completed. The city did issue finally a stop work order. They did stop and did file the necessary information, so you have it in front of you now. I went through the next one. If you went through the design guidelines for roofs, and again, very quickly, the first one calls for retaining the original roof shape, size, and pitch. In this project, because it's a re-roofing, it doesn't alter the roof shape, size, or pitch. Secondly, preserve the original roofing material. Basically, this project replaces existing asphalt material that is not original, it's not historic. The original roofing material was put on in 1906, and that material is unknown. I'd like to mention, too, I don't know if you're aware of it, but, and don't hold me to this date, but it was around, I'm going to say 2010, 2012 or so, before the city actually required building permits for roofs. Up until that time, you could re-roof contractors, or you could do it yourself without benefit of a building permit. So a lot of work was done on homes prior to that time without any sort of public record regarding or relative to roofs. Next page. Next design guideline calls for replacement of non-historic material. And the guideline does say that historically appropriate roof material is encouraged, but is not required, and obviously that is not historical roof material. Retain historic features. We did find that none of the other historic features of the home are impacted, nor are any features other than the roof, the asphalt shingles being added. And then lastly, addition of skylights. Again, no skylights are being added. And addition of new roof elements. Again, it's not applicable, none are being added. It's strictly a one-for-one re-roofing with asphalt shingles. Any questions?
No, I just wanted to say that the original roof was like this light gray color. I think it was in that original photo you put up.
Yeah.
And it looks much nicer.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's just a comment.
And then, now that we have, at least I'm presuming based on the code enforcement reports we've been getting every single month, that we have somebody now who would be basically on it if we had this issue come up again. Yeah.
We do have a full-time code enforcer now, so she is out and about, able to hopefully catch some of these things more often. We are getting into the busy season, but I do think some of it is education as well. Brandon Horton, the contractor here, has started doing more and more work, and so I think we've educated him through this process, and he now knows to ask questions and
Right.
and to come in, and he's done a few other projects in the area. Gwen, he actually did the deck on the house behind you there as well, so he is coming in and getting his permits and now knows. But yes, it was 2015 actually when we switched over to the new building department and started requiring the roofing permits.
What is the new code enforcement officer's name?
Juanita Avila.
Oh, it's Juanita, okay.
Yep, she did it part-time before and now she does full-time.
Wonderful, okay. So we still need to approve it just so they don't have to rip it off? Okay, well, we're not gonna make them do that. Do I have a motion to approve the roof at 111 South Park Street?
Make a motion.
I'll
Second? All in favor?
Aye.
It's approved. They can leave their roof on.
Thank you.
And now we'll get back to our other housekeeping items. This is our first meeting of the year, so we do need to vote for our officers. Currently, Michelle is chair, John is our vice chair, and Mark is the secretary. We can do one motion if you choose to keep it the same, or if you want to elect other people. And yes, John is not here, but we can still appoint him, even though, unless somebody else would rather do vice chair.
Does anybody have any discussion or questions or comments?
You guys are good, I think we're good too.
All right, so do I have a motion to retain the current officer structure on the commission?
I'll make a motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, it stays.
Perfect. All right, you have a list of your meeting dates included in your packet there as well. They are also on the screen. So these are our assigned dates. As you know, we only meet as we get applications, but we do need a motion to approve those for the year as well.
Do I have a motion to approve the meeting dates for 2025?
I'll make a motion.
Second? Second. All in favor?
Aye.
All right.
Perfect. And finally, the last item that is included in your packet is our annual report. I don't think we require a motion to pass this, but you could if you would like. We do provide these. These are posted on our website, and we do give them to the MEDC, the Michigan Economic Development Corporation. Part of our RRC status is that we do these every year for your commission, for this board. So that is included there for you guys. And then, like I said, they're on the website if anybody else in the historic district would like a copy of it as well.
We also provide a copy to city council as well.
Yes. So you're welcome to look through that. Let us know if you have any questions. I'm probably not going to go through the entire thing tonight unless you want to, but biggest updates are just the current projects that we completed last year, all of the list of applications, who's on the board, your guys' addresses are included in that. But yes, a list of all of the applications that come in each year are included, if they were approved or denied. So there's a synopsis of everything that you guys did last year.
Does anybody have any comments on the report? No? Good to go if it hasn't already gone.
All right. Then that is everything we have on the agenda for the evening.
Any commissioner comments? We have no old business comments.
I have comments on the brick streets
Okay.
because I've spoken 2 seasons in a row to Marcus, John Wallace, as well as Ken, is his name Ken Payne? And it was supposed to have been done last fall, something. Nothing happened. So I again circled back this year. Oh, we'll get it by the end of this year. Nothing's been done. So these are the same brick plugs that need to be cleaned out, pulled out, and a cement footing put underneath, and replacement bricks put in of the same replacement bricks. I can't talk. The same replacement bricks, you know, from our streets that are available on city property. They just have to be cleaned up and to be reused. So that's something, we should keep an eye on, and that city council really should be looking at putting into the budget, you know. So I think budgetary wise, that should be, and it's not anywhere in our street, the street budget, because they have their street budget, but magically those brick streets aren't in it at all. And it's like, what? So that's never changed either. So it needs to be looked at as just as any of the other streets with massive potholes in town.
Is this the
These are the brick streets that
this
are
is
on
the
Mason
brick street that I-
and all, yeah.
avoid because it,
Yes, because it's like driving through Bosnia, yep.
it's like driving
I
through
don't know if
Bosnia.
it's historically accurate.
So.
I mean, what do we do about that? Is there?
I mean, because that's also the historic district,
It
you
is,
know?
yeah.
And it's infrastructure, that is the city's responsibility to take care of that street, and they're not.
Ken, you know, yeah, well, we'll talk to Ken, and the next time we meet, we'll have a report for you. How's
Okay.
that?
That'd be
That sounds
wonderful.
good.
Can
And
you
if,
put that
if we're
on the
not going to be
agenda?
meeting, we'll have a memo sent to you at least. But well, let's talk to Ken Payne, the superintendent, and we'll find out what his thoughts are regarding the street. So
That would be
Okay.
wonderful, and we could
Yeah,
put it on,
yeah.
put it on the agenda under old business.
Yeah.
That would be
That'd be
great.
great. Thank you
All
so
right.
much.
Any other comments? You're whispering and I can't hear you. Oh, yeah, this is just a curious question. We were wondering, the sidewalks in front of
Your residence.
residents, or basically the whole sidewalk. So if something becomes cracked to the point it's a dangerous condition, or there's holes in it or whatever, who's responsible for replacing the sidewalk?
Homeowner is.
Okay.
It's,
Yeah.
yeah.
So we've
it's,
had some situations too where people will just rip them out themselves and then never replace them. So that's something that Juanita would do is typically would send letters to them saying you have to put your right of way back in.
Now, what if, because this is the situation in front of our house, it's the tree in the parkway?
Okay. So we can have the trees removed.
Uh-huh.
You would do, if there's a forestry request, so in that tree lawn between the sidewalk and the street, those trees can be taken down by the city and then replanted as well. If you want a new one planted to replace it, that's smaller or maybe has a different root system.
Right.
So, to replace it, I would have a discussion again with probably Ken Payne or, Gabe is our forester, so he would be the one his crew would come out and take it down. But I know that they've replaced some other places too downtown where the trees were doing it, and then DPW came in and replaced what was damaged, so they would be the ones to approve.
So maybe
The
we can
city's
have the
gonna pay.
tree taken out down from us that's blocking our view of the lake.
So you can request it in anybody else's yard. I had a gentleman who used to come in every month for an entire year asking for his neighbor's tree to come down, and we're like, we can't.
Oh,
do
no, it's in the
that.
tree lawn. It's in the tree
It's
lawn.
in the tree lawn. So it
Yeah.
says if it's in your front yard, you can
It's
request
not.
it. If the tree is in your neighbor's front yard, then unless it's a hazard and
Right.
we need to take them down, which we have taken a lot down over the last couple of years. Our trees are aging throughout the city. So I think Gabe and I were just talking because we're working on a tree grant to replace some of these aging trees. They took down like 50 last year in the tree lawns that are just aging and causing problems, falling down, and the
Right.
root system are getting so large. So,
Okay, good to know.
All right.
but yeah.
All right, we have no public left for public comments, so do I have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
All right, we're adjourned.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.